Hi, I'm Paul Edwards, author of the Mourner's Woods books, and first and foremost, a monster kid. Tonight I'm watching The Devil Bat from 1940. The Devil Bat was the first in a series of films that are now commonly called Poverty Row movies. These were cheapy movies put out by small studios during the early 1940s, which just cranked out product and often had threadbare scripts, but sometimes did manage to nab reasonably good actors, such as Bela Lugosi. George Zucco is another one who did some Poverty Row films. And Devil Bat was actually the first film by Producers Releasing Corporation, the kings of Poverty Row cinema. And like many films to follow, it starred Bela Lugosi, who, of course, had become a very famous movie star by playing the title role in Dracula in 1931. But by the 1940s, although still a recognized name, he was willing to take lesser films, and Poverty Row offered him plenty of horror films. The Devil Bat tells the story of Dr. Paul Carruthers, played by Bela Lugosi. He is a chemist who was in on the ground floor of an up-and-coming cosmetics company. His business partners offered him a share in all of their profits, but instead, Carruthers chose a cash payoff and got a modest amount of cash. And since then, the company has become gigantic. His business partners have become millionaires, while Carruthers still has only a modest income. So Carruthers wrongly blames his business partners for having ripped him off. They didn't rip him off. They offered him a share. He's the one that said no and wanted a quick cash payoff. So he's completely in the wrong. But in his mind, he has been wronged by his business partners, and now he wants vengeance. He's come up with a plan to murder his business partners and all of their family members. And his plan works like this. As the cosmetics company chemist, he is responsible for whipping up new perfumes and colognes. So he has concocted a special cologne with a distinctive odor to it. And he has secretly raised gigantic, aggressive bats in an aviary in the back of his laboratory. And he has trained these monstrous bats with like 3-foot long wingspans. He's trained these bats to attack anyone wearing the scent of this cologne. So one by one, he gets his victims over to his laboratory and says, hey, why don't you try out this new cologne that I've been working on? And he has them apply it. And then when they leave and start walking away, he goes into his aviary and unleashes one of his devil bats, and the devil bat flies out across the night sky and hunts down its victim and kills him or her. So the devil bat killings are completely baffling to the townspeople. They have no idea what could possibly be causing this. A couple of newspaper men, who are our heroes, arrive in town to solve the mystery of the devil bat killings. They are a newspaper reporter and a photographer. And although they believe that the devil bat is real, they can't manage to get a real photograph of one. So they decide that they're going to fake a photograph of the devil bat. So they get a prop devil bat. They get a woman to be an actress in this bit, and they stage a photograph that looks like a devil bat attack. And they think that they've, drawn nationwide attention to this sensational scoop. Unfortunately, they are hilariously exposed as frauds when somebody looks closely at their photograph after it's been published and discovers that their devil bat has a tag on it that says "Made in Japan." So the newsmen, through their own fault, get fired and have lost all of their credibility. And now they have to continue to try to warn the townspeople of the very real danger of the devil bat when they have no credibility at all through their own fault. Bela Lugosi plays the part of Paul Carruthers quite well. You really believe that he is convinced in his own mind that he's the victim here. And, I've said many times, the best villains don't know that they're villains. Very few people walk around thinking I'm going to be a bad guy. The best villains think that they are in the right. And Bela Lugosi is very convincing playing this character who honestly believes that he's been ripped off and taken advantage of, and now he's getting justice. When, of course, he's just a mad scientist sending monster bats out to kill innocent people. Devil Bat is a reasonably well done film, considering that it is a Poverty Row film. In fact, the first Poverty Row film. One thing that helps is it's directed by Gene Yarborough. Another thing is that the script was fairly tight. As Poverty Row films continued to be cranked out, the scripts sometimes became a little lazier and in some cases just threadbare. But in this case, the script is reasonably strong. And Bela Lugosi, his performance would carry it even if it were a weaker script. Bela Lugosi had his chance to save many such Poverty Row films that did have weaker scripts in the years ahead. But Devil Bat is absolutely worth watching. It's probably the best single example of Poverty Row horror, and it's a film that you can easily find online now. If you're interested in vintage horror and classic monsters, you should check out my book series, the Mourner's Woods books. I'm self-published on Amazon. I've written a series of novels set in a haunted forest, and my books introduce a completely new cast in each novel to this forbidden wilderness where different monsters and unworldly horrors are found. My name again is Paul Edwards. My books are the Mourner's Woods books. They're for sale on Amazon. Thanks for letting me talk to you some about the Devil Bat. I'll see you in Mourner's Woods.